Wii's not the
That's
same.
what I worry about, a game like, Mad World or something, which, looks really interesting and different, but it's like, are people, people rather play the lawnmower game or something like that.
I think that, look, I mean, you talk about third-party sales on the Wii, and yes, a lot of third parties are struggling. I would even go back to pointing out that first party, you had a lot of games Nintendo published that haven't sold that well. Like, again, the Battalion Wars and the Fire Emblems, but Guitar Hero has sold great there. And I think that if publishers just ruthlessly look at what has the broadest appeal and what has mass appeal, which by and large isn't most video games.
Wii Cheer going to be a big hit then, to tell?
Cheerleader games, I would bet on that more than I'd bet on, I mean, Boom Blocks was fun, but I mean, it's a game about throwing things into blocks, which yes, is like something that you probably love doing when you're 4 years old, but I just don't know that that translates to broad video game appeal. Until we see these really broad appeal games failing, I don't think we can say that there's something innately about third-party games can't sell. Just third-party games of a certain type.
But aren't third-party games doing a lot better on the Xbox 360?
Yes, but it's third-party games of a certain hardcore type that, again, have proven to sell well. I mean, I haven't seen a game that is executed as well on the Wii as it is on other systems that has hardcore appeal. It's selling both. In other words, Call of Duty, 4. It wasn't on the Wii, but if it was on the Wii, I wouldn't have expected it to have sold that well. The EA Medal of Honor game didn't sell that well because if you're looking for a hardcore first-person shooter...
It needs to be differentiated for the Wii, is what you're saying?
First-person shooters sell great on systems that play first-person shooters great. Minigame compilations, that are like things like Carnival games, sell great on systems where that audience is. And so Guitar Heroes and Rock Bands, or at least Guitar Hero sells well. By the time this airs, Rock Band will likely have sold well on the Wii as well.
An MTV product, of course.
We are on an MTV show, aren't we?
Oh, no, but does Reggie have no problems then, guys?
Not yet.
It's someone else's problem right now. I mean, for him, it's really just inventory management at this point. It's just sort of keeping enough hardware on store shelves.
I gotta interrupt. Do you really buy that? Do you think that they've had this much time to look at their sales, which have not spiked, they've been steady, and they still can't figure out how to get the consoles on the shelves?
I don't think it's a matter of not figuring. Exactly. It's
sort
sort of like
extra money.
There's a choke point.
Exactly. It's sort of like, why take it up? I mean, the bottom could drop out of it tomorrow. They want to be responsible about bringing it up, and it has the added benefit of stoking the sense that this is still the Cabbage Patch. It's still the Tamagotchi. You want it, but you can't find it. So when you do get your hands on it, you're grateful.
Yeah.
But we are grateful for Nintendo.
I think the two problems he has is one is the potential building resentment of third parties because they're not finding the success that they would want, and we could see Sony and Microsoft. Well, we saw publishers get fed up with Nintendo before in previous generations, and Sony in particular be able to capitalize on that. Does he care? No, but I mean, in terms of a problem, well, he probably does care somewhat, right? But I mean, in terms of a problem, I think that could be something that we see a shift toward and could strengthen one of his competitors.
Right.
And the sales of Smash Bros. Have shown that hardcore gamers will buy Wii games if Wii games appeal to them.
The well might be dry?
Well, there's clearly money that might be left on the table if Nintendo cannot figure out how to make a Wii game that hardcore gamers really care about.
Reggie says it's going to be there this holiday season. You got to trust them, Steve. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk more about the third parties. What is EA, Ubisoft, Activision, Sega, all these guys? What do they have planned for E3? We're going to give you our thoughts on that and pick the game that we think is going to be the big hit of E3. That's coming up next time right here in the bonus round.
Next time, it's all about third-party games in the bonus round. EA, Ubisoft, Activision, and more. Which companies will surprise us and which will disappoint at E3?
I think that Mad World is going to be amazing. I'd like to see how the art style, the way it looks is just unbelievable.
And what will happen in the war between Rock Band and Guitar Hero?
Time is limited in terms of how long there can be this many different music games competing with each other.
Find out next week when the bonus round counts down to E3 2008.
Bonus round.